Hey everyone, welcome to another video review. This is the Transformers MPG Raiden. Finally, the combined mode, we're doing this. So we're going ahead, you can see all the parts here, we're going to go ahead and put them together. There's kind of an order you kind of want to do things in just because it makes it a little easier, but a weird happened there. So we'll first start off with some of the easier stuff. So I'm going to put off the legs off to the side for now because we're going to focus on the upper part. So first thing, is getting the head on, because that will help stabilize this bit if you haven't already done that. This right here, there's this kind of these tabs right here going this slot right here, and this will clip over the front of this, and this bit right here will go kind of clip over the back bit right here. Everything's all lined up properly. And that will clip over top, over, and then there you go. There's a main torso part. I've also noticed, like, I'm discovering that Shoki actually is slightly out of alignment, like mine. The whole thing is just slightly twisted. I can't seem to fix that. Just something about him. Actually, the whole thing just kind of twists. And doesn't seem to be much I can do. Just that's what he does. So that's a little weird thing I discovered. And the arms here, what you want to do is flap, open that flap right there, and these grooves right here is where the these bits will go into right there. Those bits right there will go into the little grooves. Like this. Of course, that helps if you have it. Like this. Make sure to push it all the way down. And then this flap right here will go over top like that. It's one arm. Same thing. Move this flap up. Then slot the arm in, grooves, like so. Make sure to push it all the way down. Then you can push the flap down, and then you go ahead and open up the little antenna bits on the head if you want, like that. And that's the upper torso done for now. This right here, there's this right here. This is this groove right there. As soon as I grab him, that right here, that will go over this right here on Shoki, little blue bit. I'll just slot over that, like so. Came a little undone. Now, the legs, of course, Itsue here, it's pretty straightforward. That will slide over thigh piece on Khan. Right there. They'll just slot right over. Like that. Right there. And I'm gonna lay them down real quick because I gotta talk about something. Gotta talk about something with Yukikaze, which is this instruction of Yukikaze tell you to do it like this. If you do it like this, it's all gonna be all sorts of screwed up. What you want to do is actually the Yukikaze's hips right there. The actual robot mode hits. You want to put that forward one notch like that. So this is gliding closer to to what Itsue is doing. I'm gonna put that back on real quick as well because that came off. That shouldn't have come off. There. So this will slot over the other thigh on the Kain. Like, of course, it's up and then split apart on me. Hold on just a second. That's one little thing. Yukikaze is just I'm going to say it right now. Yukikaze is absolutely the weak link of this whole set. Is that all right? Might not be all right. Let's try that again. I might have that on correctly. Let's try that this way. No. Got it right the first time. Yeah, it's not. Okay, what the heck? This was fine before. Now it doesn't want to do it because, of course, it's on camera. It's on camera, so now it doesn't want to slot in. There we go. Yeah, so. Get it all in place. And that. Brings us up a little bit. And that is Raiden. Combined, finally, I have a Raiden. Who just fell right over. Mostly because Yukikaze. Yeah, I'll get into that more in a little bit. Yeah, so Raiden here. Yeah, okay, so a couple things to talk about here. Number one, like I said, Yukikaze is absolutely the weak link here. I can get him stable, but Yukikaze is almost always the part that wants to just fail on me. If I get him in certain different poses where it's like Yukikaze is not bearing the brunt of the weight. Oh yeah, the other thing, I almost forgot. Yeah, and of course, yeah, this bit right here, now that I got all put together, yeah, peg these onto the sides of the feet right there. Peg that on. And of course, peg this one on right there. Like that. Yeah, so that's Raiden. Yeah, so. Okay, so. A couple things to talk about for sure on this whole thing. Number one, Yukikaze is absolutely the weak link of the whole set, which really sucks because he's a leg. Everything else is dead solid. Getsue is solid. The arms are solid. The torso pods are pretty much solid. Though my Shoki is a little, like, crooked, I guess, so to speak. Like when I say crooked, I mean the whole thing feels like it's twisting as it comes together in the combined mode. Like it feels like the whole thing just twists around. It's kind of weird. But yeah. But Yukikaze, everything part that's associated with Yukikaze, it doesn't work right. The head doesn't like to stay clipped on, and Yukikaze likes to really just kind of collapse on me. Everything else is solid. Again, like I said, Getsue does his job. He's the leg, and he does his job as the leg. Yukikaze, the one I thought was going to be fine as a leg, oh no, he wants to fall. He just wants to fall right over. So yeah, he can be a bit unstable. You can't, as you can see, get him standing. He is standing right now as he's supposed to, but Yukikaze is the problem. Particularly says like, it's basically his robot mode hips. Unfortunately, just don't seem to be up to this task. I've seen some people think there's a screw you can tighten in there to help with the hips there, but man, it's like, and on top of that, you can see Yukikaze keeps wanting to split himself apart as well. He's really frustrating, and that's the one thing. Everything else works great. It's just Yukikaze is always the problem, which is frustrating because I generally like how this guy looks. I think he looks great. And I know he's like a bit, I guess, chunkier than a lot of people want out of Raiden. But the thing is, like, apparently someone figured it out. I saw the pictures. It's pretty cool. This guy's vaguely inspired by, like, sumo wrestlers. Like, he's got a little... He's like, just got some design cues for, like, particularly, I think, on the back, where it's like... That just came unclipped again, because of course it did. Thanks, Yukikaze. These design elements on the back right here kind of help with that, because this kind of simulates a bit of, like, the kind of the rope they tie around themselves sometimes in some situations. So, like... kind of simulates that and makes him look, yeah, vaguely, it's kind of clear. It's like he's vaguely inspired by sumo wrestling, which that's kind of neat, I find. But a lot of people want their Raiden to be real thin and lithe and more like, well, the anime. But I like how he looks, that for sure. I will say that right now. Aesthetically, I like him. He definitely has his faults, though, like I said, most of Yukikaze. But yeah, and the other thing, there's one other thing people don't like about him. Again, I'll get into that in a little bit. But, so he does have, of course, several weapons. Like this thing that came with Suiken there, the green guy. This is a rifle, obviously. For Suiken, it was like, I guess a cannon or something. But yeah, it's a rifle, which can go in the hand. There's a slot. There's a slot for it, right there. That the problem is, on mine, yeah, you can see, pops right out. on that hand, on that hand, on this hand. Yeah, on this hand though. Yeah, this gun also doesn't like to stay together. On this hand, the connection is actually pretty solid. Yeah, see, it's solid as heck. He holds it just fine in that hand, but that hand, of course, the left one, he can't do it. But of course, there's the 3 different swords you have. Well, there might be 2 or 3 depending on which version you got. Of course, this one came with a Seizan, you know, the blue blade. You have this one that came with Khan, and of course, this one that came with Khan if you got the special version. So all of those, you know, they got the little tabs right there. Make sure they're kind of offset. If they're not on the center of the handle, the offset. So make sure it's, you know, the one you're putting in is on the back of the handle. But yeah, you can hold that just fine. So, you know, that sword. Of course, this one, again, make sure there's a bigger tab. Fortunately, that means you have to put this one also in his right hand, which is kind of frustrating because it means you can't have the gun and the sword because the gun only goes in the right hand, at least on mine. I'm not sure how common of a problem that is, but hey. At least I think it's the right hand. It might be actually be, oh, hold on. Let's check that. Yeah, it doesn't really go in the right, left hand. Doesn't really want to go in the right hand either. There we go. Yeah, so it can hold that sword in the right hand, but not in the left. And oh boy, he is falling over. I caught that part at least. Almost. Well, they were doing their job, but now it didn't want to do that. Okay, let's try that again. Maybe I didn't seat it properly. Yeah, I didn't seat it properly. There we go. Yeah, I didn't put it in all the way. Stay. I said stay. And of course, this one, same thing. Also right hand, tabs offset, unfortunately, so only right hand. Also keeps popping itself back out, probably because of the chroming. Can I get the fingers at least wrapped around it? Oh yeah, that's not working. It keeps popping itself out, probably because of the chroming on that, so it probably messed up the measurements. That's fun. So you got all that stuff. There's also the thing with the there's two. Of course, this is what they call the. I guess I just knocked him over. Yeah. Yeah, Yukikaze. It's all Yukikaze. It always comes back to it's just Yukikaze, just messing it up. I have to fix Khan. You stay standing, please. I was going to say about how I could totally he's not that unstable, guys. And then, well, what's happening? He's falling apart. I got him super stable off camera. I swear, I'm not lying. I got him super stable off camera, but now he just wants to fall right over. And again, it mostly seems like Yukikaze just gives out, and then whoops, there he goes. But anyway, like I was saying, if you want to make it more anime-ish, kind of, you take the ears here and fold those in, and then you take the gun pods of Kayan, and what you do is, with those, is, get this off. Yeah, you just kind of take the gun out, I guess. I think what they want you to do also is, yeah, it's only one way for it to face too. So yeah, you just kind of take the gun out. And just reattach it, which is weird because now you just got an empty void there, but that's what they want if you want to do, whoa, what happened back there? I just realized that. There, again. Yukikaze. It's all comes back to Yukikaze. It always comes back to Yukikaze. Anyway, yeah, like I was saying, you can do the kind of more anime-esque, no gun pods, no ear flaps thing. And again, you were just fine before, now you don't want to be fine. Yeah, so the figure was great, and now it's not. And that's what, just, yeah, I'm just, yeah. But yeah, pretty much most of my problems come from just Yukikaze. Anyway, so I already covered that, all that stuff. Okay, so other thing, yeah, is right here you can see that I got these kind of set up differently. That's because this one, when I fold this down, it splits in a bad, like it kind of splits like this and doesn't look great. I'm worried about stressing the tab, so I just kind of leave it like as a wrist guard there because it's just easier that way. Yeah, I'm already fighting it a lot. I don't want to fight it any further, but real quick, posability. Head, ball joint, left, right, up, down. Well, actually, I don't think it's a double hinge. That's not ball joint. Sorry, it's 2 hinges. So you got, you know, swivel right here and a hinge right there, and that's your lot. No waggle because of that. Shoulders, you got that. Yeah, it's connected right here. This actually is solid enough. People are worried about it. It is solid enough, but you only have so much range. You got pretty much that's your range because other things start banging into each other. Outward. You kind of got some outward. You have to kind of move this up, and even then it's kind of, yeah, you really don't have a lot of outward really. It's mostly here, and the thing is, yeah, on top of the weight just kind of makes it flop back down. So you got that. You do have this under the elbow. You got this swivel. You do have an elbow which only goes that far, so not even 90 degrees because, yeah, things just banging into each other. As for the hands, you do have a wrist swivel. The fingers all are individually hinged at the base knuckle and the secondary knuckle. They all are individual. And the thumb here is on a hinge right here and a hinge right here. So it's not too bad. Again, it's cotton, so technically, well, there could be a waste, but you have to, it's kind of a waste, but it's really, you have to undo cotton to such a degree, like more than he already is. You have to undo cotton to such a degree that it's just not worth trying to get the waist going. You have to undo him to, yeah, you have to really undo him. But, okay. Hips, actually ab crunch, again, no, not really, there's nothing there. Fortunately, there's really nothing there. Hips though, you got about that much forward movement before things start just banging into each other. Backwards, you got that much. Outward, get this out of the way. You do have several clicks, but unfortunately, yeah, you can see the weight of the leg brings it right back down. You can go technically all the way out. If it wasn't for Khan being in the way, you could go all the way out. You do have a thigh swivel right there. Knees, depends what you do exactly. There is a lot of finagling you have to do because of all the kibble. I'm not even sure I actually have these transformed right. Yeah, but if you get these out of the way enough, you do get actually a decent amount of knee. So there's that on this one. Gatsue, again, if you get make sure everything's out of the way. Make sure everything's out of the way. You do get, let's see how much knee. About that much. You can see that. I'm not sure. Well, there you go. You get that much. So yeah, a little less than Yukikaze. And at the feet, you do have splitting. You have ankle tilt, and you do have, I think, yeah, you pretty much have ankle tilt, both of them, that much. And there's your lot. Yukikaze kind of rotates, but that's mostly because of the waist, and I don't trust it. It's Yukikaze, and Yukikaze cannot be trusted. And this, once again, came undone. There we go. Well, kind of. There we go, man. Yeah, so that's the problem, really. It's almost all Yukikaze. Every problem I'm having comes from, oh, I just tried to rescue it from falling over because Yukikaze gave out, and now I just messed up Khan. Khan's all messed up now because I, rescued it from falling over. Now he's tilted way forward. Hold on, I'm going to try to get him standing up straight again. Straight-ish. Now, of course, one other accessory thing I could want to talk about. Yeah, if you bought the, well, Khan comes with, but you have bought 6 sets, you get this stand as well, which you can use the adapter here, which I almost want to say that's pretty much like, I want to say, just use it. I don't care. Just use it. It's easier that way. But yeah, yeah. This will just slot and tab in, and this is supposed to, and of course it's a pain in the butt right now to get everything. There we go. Got that on there. Wait, no, almost on there. Almost. Okay, got it on. Jeez. It's a lot more effort than I should have, but yeah. Yeah, so, yeah, I'm going to be honest, use the stand. If you're going to put them on the shelf in the combined mode, use the stand. Because, yeah, it makes it a lot easier overall. Compared to, you know, not using the stand. Yeah, and this all came undone. That's fun. There. Yeah, if you use the stand, at least you'll know he'll be somewhat stable. I'm just trying to find, there it is. It's the spot where it's like he's standing on the stand and like not floating. Well, not floating that bad anyway. Yeah, so yeah, and that's the other thing is that you can see the head platform doesn't like to stay clipped in either. And hey, that's the Yukikaze part. What do you know? It doesn't work right. Okay. Anyway, what was we doing? Yeah, so Raiden here. Yeah, I would say very much use the stand. Just use the stand. Use the Masterpiece stand. It's better than, you know, him toppling over because, whoops, there he goes again because Yukikaze gave out. Yeah, again, my Shoki's all crooked and bleh. Don't know why my Shoki's crooked, but he is. Yeah, so there's that. Now, the other big thing that people criticize about this guy is his size. Namely, well, he's too short for a Masterpiece, they say. Yeah, he's kind of short for a Masterpiece. For a Masterpiece combiner, he is on the short side, at least what we're used to for Masterpiece combiners. Just to give you an idea. Here we go. Let's go with this. Now, one combiner I do have, which people already criticize as being too short anyway, but I don't. MMC's Assaultus, which is also already on the shorter side for combiners, yeah, towers over him. You can see that right now. Yeah, Assaultus is towering over him by a pretty significant margin. Yeah, Raiden barely comes up to his waist. You can see that. And again, Assaultus here is considered short for a Masterpiece combiner at, 18 inches or so at the head. So yeah, that kind of gives you right there an idea about that. And a lot of the MPG combiners are closer to the 22-inch mark. And another comparison, combiner-wise, here's one that people why we'll use more of a Generations figure. Here's Legacy Menasor, who is on the ground. Yeah, he got an extra like centimeter or so. So yeah, and they're the same height now. He's slightly taller right now, but yeah. So yeah, he's kind of scales with Legacy Menasor, which is a little alarming to say the least. Yeah, I don't think he's a Generations figure personally, but I would not put him with my generation. You can if you want, but the engineering and everything is just way more intricate than this, but also doesn't work right. Sometimes it feels like, mostly because of Yukikaze. And yeah, just for the heck of it, here's MP49, just to give you an idea right there with the total scale. Yeah, he's not much taller. He's actually, MP49 comes up midway up his torso or so, or a little up his torso, so there's that. The other thing, of course, is you can make him slightly taller if you buy the Diaclone sort of repaint of Shoki. I don't remember her name or whatever. I think it's her. Yeah, she comes with a little extra piece that's basically a waist extender to make him a little taller, make Raiden a little taller. So you got that. I normally, here's the thing. I'm not going to do this time. Normally you'd see the whole spinning, oh look, here's the spinning thing as I'm doing my final thoughts. No, I'm not doing it with this one. I was going to say, it's not that unstable, but yeah, over the course of this, I got it stable earlier when off camera, but now that's on camera, I cannot get him to be stable. He wants to keep falling over, and I don't know what the heck that's about. I got him perfectly stable before. He was fine. No problems. now he just wants to fall right over all the time. And it's mostly because I'm noticing Getsue, or not Getsue, Yukikaze just keeps giving out. And it's really frustrating. Yeah, because pretty much, I will say this, most of his problems just come from Yukikaze. For me, Yukikaze just keeps wanting to, you know, flop over. Yukikaze's joints want to give out, so then Raiden falls over, or the platform unclips itself again, which also came with Yukikaze. So as a whole, you're at least like $600 into this thing if you got the whole combined set. Was it worth in the end? It looks great. I will say that. As a display piece, it looks great. As a toy, it's not easy to get posed in such a way that, you know, it's nice and stable and works and everything. It likes to fall apart. It likes to fall down really easy. Again, mostly because of one robot. One robot falls off, like one robot fails, and then it causes a cascading effect. If Yukikaze was a better figure, I think this thing would be more stable, but he's not. And that's what's really frustrating, is just I wish Yukikaze could be, I just wish it was better. I just wish it was better. It's just Yukikaze pretty much. And I'm just kind of frustrated because I've been largely enjoying these guys all the way up to this point. And now it's like, oh, here we are. And it's, oh boy, it is something, you know? Yeah, we get to the point and it's like, you get to the final combine mode and you're just like, oh, you know, just, oh. So I'm kind of disappointed, and I hate the fact that I have to say that I'm disappointed. And I was hoping I was going to like have the big, yeah, it's great, and don't worry, all the people are hating on it wrong. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. It just, something happened because I got him stable off camera, and now on camera he just refuses to stay standing. And it's really frustrating, and it's all because of one leg. It's all because of one robot. Everyone else pretty much does their job. It's just one robot is just utterly failing at it. So, yeah, can I recommend Raiden as a whole? At this point, I almost want to say no. Just find the ones you like. If you're going to get any of these train bots, if you haven't already, get the ones you like. If you're going to put in combined mode, just be aware that it's pretty much a display piece. In combined mode, playing with it in combined mode is hard. Like, yeah, taking apart and individually is fine. But yeah, the combined thing, it's display only, because again, I think it looks great personally. And yeah, and the other thing, for a lot of people, he's just gonna be just too short for a lot of people, so you have to be aware of that. So there you go. I wish I could say more positive things about it, because I was really looking forward to this guy, but in the end, it's just like, oh. And now I'm hearing rumblings. The next combiner they're gonna do is gonna be Predaking. We'll see how that works out. But yeah, the next MPG guy though is Super Jinrai, which is not going to be anywhere near as intricate as this one, so hopefully it's a lot more stable and doesn't want to collapse and everything. But yeah, it's just something about this just feels like, I hate to say it, but it's just a little janky, which is weird for a Takara thing. Particularly just, again, Yukikaze. It's mostly Yukikaze just feels jank. So, there. There's me rambling and ranting about this thing. I'm just not really happy that this turned out the way it did. It's just kind of after how great Khan is as an individual figure, coming to this and getting this combined mode, just going, oh, okay. Because, like, you're just kind of fighting it the entire time, and, yeah. So, that's it. I can't recommend the combined mode. The individual trains, sure, to a degree, but not the combined mode. So that's it for this review. I hope you found it informative and entertaining. Hope you like, comment, subscribe. Check out my social media. It's down in the description and at the end of the video. Check out my Ko-fi, my Patreon. And I shall see you next time with another video review.